Hey guys, it's your girl. It's Clean Out Set Her Room. And today, for our segment of Ask an Aquarius about the Aquarius, I got a very interesting question. Now, a friend of mine told me that she is interested in having a child, and her Aquarius lover, husband, boyfriend, whatever he is not interested in having children. So this is causing a really big problem in their relationship. Apparently she wants to have a baby. He's being very careful with the birth control and keeps letting her know that that is not what he wants to do. So she's like, what's the deal with Aquarius and kids? Do Aquarius like hate kids or something? And I'm like, well, not exactly. I'm sitting on my porch right now and there are kids running through the driveway over here, and I've had to do this video 4 times because they keep screaming, and for long stretches, like screaming for seconds, bouncing balls and screaming and yelling, and so the Aquarius does not dislike children. As a matter of fact, a lot of Aquarius are humanitarians, so some of us work for children's rights and children's needs and things along those lines. So we don't necessarily dislike children, we just find them to be annoying, to be very honest with you. And it's not that they did anything, it's the fact that the Aquarius is a free, independent spirit. So the Aquarius really is more focused on ourself. We're focused on our goals, our mission, our purpose in this life. So our purpose in this life is not to have children. A lot of us do have children, but it's not really our purpose per se. For example, the Cancer comes into this existence in most cases to be a parent, to be a mother, to be a wife. That is what they like. They like domestic stuff like that. That is their thing. So it's very usual to meet Cancers with multiple children. When you meet a Cancer without children, it's actually more of an unusual kind of thing. Like if you meet an Aquarius with 9 kids, that's more of an unusual kind of thing. So it's just that some of us are more geared in one direction or another. The Aquarius is typically more interested in independence and freedom, and you can't be independent and free when you have a lot of kids. If you have 1 kid, yeah, you can get away with that. Like with me, it was very simplistic. Well, it wasn't simplistic, it was doable. I'm gonna put it like that because it wasn't easy at all, but it was doable to have 1 child and still maintain my goals and go after what I wanted in life. If I had had 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, as you know, as those of you who are parents, the more children you have, the less easy that becomes. Now, that's not to say that people haven't pulled it off. I've seen lots of people pull it off, but it just wasn't my passion, and it's not usually the passion of the Aquarius, and it's usually a lot more difficult than just taking care of yourself, obviously. So, the Aquarius, like I said before, it's not that we don't dislike them or we don't like the kids or we, anything along those lines. It's just the fact that we would much rather be involved with we'd rather be self-absorbed is what my friends call it. And that's very true. We are much more absorbed with ourselves and the things that we want to do for ourselves. So most Aquariuses figure that out pretty early in life, so we don't have a house full of kids. We know that we can have 1 child and love that child and have a bond with that child and raise that child. And honestly, it's more of like a responsibility thing, because Aquarius know that once you have children, you have to take responsibility for them. And we really would rather just be responsible for ourselves. So that is what goes on with that. If you look at the Aquarius zodiac symbol, it will tell you freedom, independence. Those are big for us. Those are 2 of the biggest things for us. So we want to be free. We want to be independent. We want to go wherever we want to go. It's also another reason how come I got rid of my cats. I used to have 2 of the most adorable cats, and I loved my cats. They were wonderful, but I had to take care of them. I had to get up and change their litter. I had to make sure that those things, and that's not even that much. Like, anybody who has a cat knows that's not even that much, but I didn't even want to do that much. That got on my nerves after a number of years. feeding them, making sure they ate, spending time with them, playing with them. It was just too much for me, and doing everything else I had to do. And once my daughter went to high school, it was just too much. So also, I like to travel. Many Aquarius have free spirited, so we like to go places. So I would want to go places, and I couldn't find anybody to watch my cats. Or I found somebody like my family members, one of which was totally unreliable, didn't take care of them hardly at all. The other one took good care of them, but was pissed at me, didn't want to do it anymore. So I got to the point that I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just get rid of the cats, because it's hard for me to take care of them, and when I want to go places, it really was a problem. People in my life were not very animal oriented, or they were animal oriented and just didn't want to take care of my cats for a month and a half. Either way, it was what it was. So that's the deal with the Aquarius and children. And I mentioned pets because of the fact that pets to me, pets and children are on two different levels, because you can give a pet away, but you shouldn't give your son. You shouldn't give your son away, please. Some people do, but under extreme circumstances, in most cases, we keep them. So to me, pets and children are on different levels. But taking care of something, it's like you have to really focus when you're taking care of anything, a cat, a child, a parent. Aquarius don't want to do that either. We're not going to want to take care of old people. Like, anything you have to take care of is something that we're day to day. It's one thing to take care of a car. Your car gets washed, take it to the thing once a month, things like that. That's not a big deal. But when you have children, they need to be nurtured every day. You have to focus on them, and they deserve that time and attention. And if you're trying to nurture yourself, if you're trying to get yourself to a certain place, as the Aquarius is always on some type of a mission, then that becomes more difficult for us. So it's not that we don't like kids, it's just that we like ourselves more, we like freedom more, we like independence more, we like traveling more, we like those things more. So, it's not that, this person hates kids, like she was asking about this gentleman. He probably doesn't hate kids, he probably just has goals. There's things that he wants to do in his life that do not involve children. Now, will that change? Possibly, because he might meet his goals and then say, hey, that might be the next step, and he might not. So I personally would not wait around for that. I would have that conversation with him, though. I would talk to him about it and be like, I'm at this point in my life, I want to get pregnant by this point in my life. Are you cool with that? And if he says no, then you need to really consider, what are you going to do? Because if you stay in this relationship with him, then you're going to have to really respect the fact that that's not something he wants to do right now. And it's not something that that's a big thing between couples, when to have children. If one wants and one doesn't, that's a really big thing with couples. And with the Aquarius, that's something that you really need to work out before you move forward. So that's basically the bottom line. Does the Aquarius like children? Yeah, we think they're adorable, we think they're cute, but I'm sitting on my lawn right now. I don't know if I told you guys this at the beginning of the video, because I've recorded this 5 times for this very reason. There are children in the back here, and they live next door to me. And I almost always can't get a second outside by myself. If I come outside, they're screaming, they're running. I can't get any peace just to sit and, do a video. It just doesn't happen. And they're not even my kids, So that is why the Aquarius chooses to not have children the majority of the time, because we really want to focus on ourselves. All right, guys. So there you go. That's our segment of Ask an Aquarius. Deuces.